I am. With Groove, I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me to bust loose and break free. I'm dancing to my dreams, bursting at the seams. I'm feeling groove-alicious. Groove knows who I am. 'Cause now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am.
Hello, Groove. David Lemon here for another Q&A, and this is the Q&A live number 7. Hopefully you're doing good. I am doing pretty amazingly, and I believe we are ready to get this session over with. I'm going to be answering your questions, so in case you have any, please drop them into the comment section of this live stream. You're going to see a box where you can type in, whether you're on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, wherever you're coming from, you will be able to ask your questions. I get them answered live from moi. I'm going to just very briefly talk about what's happening in Groove. We are having our launch. It's very like it's a big important launch for you guys and for us, because we are exiting our lifetime offer. So we are kind of getting rid of it. Like, we are at the stage where we can just say, all right, our users are happy with using Groove, and if we transfer now, that would mean that we would go to a monthly payment and people will still be happy. Before, we couldn't really transfer because some of our apps weren't fully ready yet, but now with the new Groove webinar, with the new GrooveMember coming out real soon, Groove Mail is up and running. People are using it daily and sending out emails and doing all sorts of different amazing stuff. We're at the point where we are exiting the lifetime deal. And this means that we are doing a last push just right now, where if you are not a lifetime member yet, you still have a chance to get the lifetime deal. If you don't do it right now, then you will not have that opportunity anymore, because in the future, whatever you would do with our support and beg them and send us cookies and whatever, we would not be able to do it because we are kind of deleting it from our offers. So we will not have the lifetime offer anymore. So that's happening in Groove. I can show you how well it is going by just very quickly opening the Groove JV page. And I want to do that just primarily to thank the main affiliates who are on the leaderboard. So let's just jump into the leaderboard, and let me just show you GrooveJV.com. GrooveJV.com is the joint venture or the Groove Partner Program page where you can learn everything about our launch, everything about the offers. Here is Mike talking about exactly what the launch means. We also have swipes prepared for you, a calendar where we are currently. So at this moment, we are on Friday the 18th. This is the encore and we are ending the lifetime deal on the 23rd. This is basically where we are kind of switching the tab over from a lifetime deal onto the monthly pricing. And if you're a free member, like, don't hesitate, please, because later on, oh, David, I just didn't have this, I couldn't get this, I missed it. Like, there won't be another chance. All right, but what I wanted to show you is real quick. There's a big fight, to say it like that, for the first place, which is a pretty cool car, if you ask me. And there's a bunch of other prizes that we will be giving away, and you could get one too. You don't have to have a huge list. You don't have to have millions of dollars in your pocket to be um, to be on the affiliate leaderboard. But some of these people that are doing it, they are doing it for some time, so you probably won't kind of want to be in the first top 5. But even if you win an Amazon voucher or something from these lower tier prices, I would be super happy with. So let's just see who is currently winning. Paul O'Mahony is the person that is getting the car at this moment, if David does not go on and grab it from him. So David at this moment is taking home $10,000 in cash. Brian Anderson is behind him with the Apple Pro experience for $5,000. Rob Jones, Amy Vo, Chris Reeder, Simon Slade, Joel Bauer, Irvin Mayer, Barry Plaskow, Mark Ling, Alicia Little, Paul Murphy, Joanne Woloff. All of these people will be getting some prizes. You can see how many there are, and you could get one too. So what you need to do, if you want to join, you don't necessarily need those prizes. It's just a cool kind of bonus. But even with the current state, you would get a lot of commissions if you get a sale or sales. So what you need to do is just go on Groove JV, click on the links tab, copy over this button, and then share it with your friends. If you want us to upgrade them for you, then you could maybe send them to a webinar. So the launch webinar number 1, this is a page where they can register and watch a webinar that primarily explains the benefits and the features of Groove. So we go into GroovePages and GrooveSell and GrooveMember and kind of showcase what Groove can do. And this would be a pretty cool way to get people to learn more about what Groove is, and then have Mike Filsame, the co-founder of Groove, actually ask for the sale, so you don't have to do that. The other way is to actually copy this link for the launch webinar number 2, and let me actually zoom in a little bit. Launch webinar number 2, which is here. This link is for a webinar that talks about a new cool thing that we are introducing, which is a white label and the agency model. We have a button that is glitching over here, just jumping, or maybe it's my eye. But the launch webinar number 2 is actually a registration page for a webinar that talks about this white label model that we are moving into. We will have 3 different ways of doing agency services with Groove, and it's a pretty cool thing for people to see if they are already inside the agency business or working with clients or something like that. If you need any of the platforms of the apps that we currently offer, like if you're in the web design or a funnel design or a conversion agency type of niche, you would be able to use Groove. Or if you just want to run webinars, or you want to create membership sites, or you want to do blogs for others, you can watch this and have a look. It's a really cool webinar about all of that stuff and what you can do with Groove. So that's what it's happening. We are closing out our launch next week. So if you haven't joined yet, please make sure you do. Just tell your friends, tell your family members who are maybe considering doing any kind of online business in the future. Sign them up under your link. And if they upgrade in the future, maybe, and when we are already on the monthly pricing, you will start getting monthly commissions, which is a pretty cool deal as well. All right, now that is out of the way, I want to just jump in and answer your guys' questions here. And I'm just going to open the Facebook group, which is the place where I go to first to answer the questions that were asked before we started the webinar. Whenever I schedule the live stream, there is a post that goes up, and I ask people to post their questions in there so that I can make sure that those are answered. And I have the questions in front of me. Let me share my screen. All right. So we had an important call today, so I had to kind of push the Q&A 1 hour ahead. But now that it's done, we can go and answer the questions. Rajiv had a question about the support email link broken. There was no issues because if we have a look at the amount of tickets we are receiving, there's definitely no issues. But I told him that I will check with the team. They confirmed that there are no issues with the tickets. All right, Banke has a question. I created 2 access levels of my course, one free and one paid. Now, where do I put the sales page link? There are a number of places where sales page link can be put. Course settings and different level settings for X in my case, the gold level access settings, premium level access settings. I tried with putting links in all these places, but when a member clicks on the locked content, nothing happens. There is a written premium content coming soon. Yes, so this you can put in your links, but the button that we currently have on the when you click on the lock, that's not connecting yet. What we wanted to do is kind of connect it with the upgrade offers, but that's not done yet. That's coming in the next, I believe, not this release, but the next release. So we are changing how the access levels work. So at this moment, where whatever you have with the links, that's going to be changing next week. We are releasing the new access level management way. Hopefully you watch the Groovathon so you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen that part of the Groovathon, you can go to groovedigital.com /Groovathon and have a look at the session that we had on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we talked about GrooveMember 2.0. And Mike and I talked about the different way to manage the access. So in case you have a look at the video on YouTube, you can scroll down and see the actual timestamps. So here, if we go to mapping out why you need course access levels, here is the explanation from Mike. He actually drew it out on the whiteboard of how it's going to be managed. But even before that, you can look into building out a new membership in 2.0. This is how this is where you can learn how to actually how the new access levels will work. So have a look into this one. It's going to explain. That's going to be released next week, and it's going to be great. I'm going to do an announcement as soon as it is out. So for now, let's just leave your links as they are. What you could do is create a post. I'm going to really quick show you how to create basically a lesson with a button that you forward users to upgrade. So this was the way to do it in GrooveMember version 1 as well. And I'm going to real quick show you how I did it there. So log in as an admin. All right, but I'm also going to show you how to create this with the new GrooveMember. So with a previous version of GrooveMember version 1, what you did is what you could do is to have something like a category or something like that, and then have people click on the upgrade. So this would be a lesson where you put in a video, maybe some text, and a big button to upgrade. All right. And if somebody clicks on this upgrade, this would mean that they get access to the rest of the content as well. So it's literally creating a lesson with a button that would get people to the checkout page to buy the actual upgrade offer. All right. Or you can also send them to a sales page for that upsell product that you have. So this is the way that you could do while we are releasing that new functionality for the access levels. What do I do so that the members can go to sales page to buy the next level course? That's what you can do. So if I would need to demonstrate how to do that in the GrooveMember version 2, so you go to a lesson, or sorry, you could go into your outline and you could say that this is your first module, this is your lesson in that module, chapters, and you can do another module which would say, which could be called upgrade, for example. select text here and then say upgrade. Okay. Click save, and here you can put in a lesson, and then that lesson would be upgrade to get access or upgrade now. All right, so here you write your text, you can put in your video, and then you can below the video add a button just by clicking this plus button and make a button which would say upgrade. All right, this is where you send the people. You can decide your button colors in here, primary, secondary. Open the button in a new tab. Don't forget to tick this one. You don't want to get them out from your membership. And then you have an upgrade button. When you save this, you will be able to kind of very easily do these types of offer opportunities within your membership. So it's not a huge deal that we don't have that lock yet, because in the version 1 we also didn't have that. It is coming, however, with this new release. I believe it's going to be out. I have a lead magnet, and the lead is storing in GrooveMail. I set up an automation that's if someone subscribed to a list, assign course to that user. It's working, but the user is not getting GrooveMember. This is a very specific issue that needs to be looked into. There can be a lot of variables. So I mentioned to Raghu to reach out to support, because the support could look into this one, and it's not a question for the Q&A. All right, let's see what we have here. So Ismail has a question. Will the next release of GrooveMember 2 have the option to edit the buttons, access now, and details on the login page, such as login form fields, labels, and placeholders, sign-in button, translation purposes? Thanks again for your time on doing these. Ismail, as I mentioned in the comment, the next major release will be primarily for the access levels. This is something that users need to have, and we are actually simplifying it right now. We already have it, but it's a bit complex with course access levels and membership access levels. In most of the times, I don't even know how it needs to be done, and that's bad. So if I, who need to teach this, don't know what to do, that means that we need to change it, and that's basically being done right now. So the next big release is going to be for the access level changes, and then after that, we are going to be tackling smaller fixes, and also the progress bar is coming. So the progress bar, as for example, we had it here in the version 1, we had a progress bar when you are going down and then kind of marking things as complete. The progress bar is kind of remembering the things and how you're progressing through the membership. In the version 2 GrooveMember, the progress bar is going to be a little bit more powerful. Whenever you're kind of going to a different sections, it's going to be able to tag people differently, do certain automations based on that, and send out emails based on those different tags and things like that. So it's going to be a pretty powerful tool within your automation toolkit, and that's the next kind of the major thing that we are working on. But in between, we'll have many more improvements, like the changing of the cut of the buttons as well. Rajiv has a question. In GrooveMate, can I overwrite multiple contacts there for their details by uploading CSV files with unique email IDs? Reach out to support, Rajiv. They would need to help you do this. When you import a CSV file, it's going to update the tags and update the different things, but it's not going to overwrite their email, for example, and things like that. For that one, please reach out to support. They would be able to assist with this. Oka or Ocha and Co. So for an e-commerce seller, how do we link sales for physical products to 3PL for fulfillment? I don't know what 3PL is. E-commerce fulfillment, some warehousing. If they do webhooks or something like that, then you can do through webhooks, or Zapier or Pabbly or something like that would probably be able to help you in these. So I don't know what even 3PL means. Why 3PL? 3PL, outsourcing logistics and distribution activities. Okay. Yeah, so we have ShipStation if you are looking for shipping. So there's a direct integration with ShipStation in GrooveMember, in GrooveKart. But if you are looking for some custom applications, you would be able to connect them through webhooks. either Amazon or Shopify fulfillment network. Look into the different options with Zapier or webhooks. That would be the solution for the moment. Ocha and company, how do you set up email capture pop-ups? There was some information on embeds, but looking for them to trigger after X seconds on the page after scrolling. So I believe you're talking about GrooveKart in here. In GrooveKart, we don't have the inbuilt functionality for building in pop-ups. What you have is within GroovePages to build pop-ups. And our plan for most probably not this year, but the next year, is that we are going to take this pop-up builder that we have, and we will allow you to put pop-ups into each and every one of the apps and different pages in the other apps as well. So it's going to be, I believe, called Groove Pops or Groove Pop-ups that will do this. For now, you would probably need to look in for another solution where you can kind of copy paste the code for a pop-up that will be triggered by a certain action, like an exit pop-up, for example, like pop-up monster or opt-in monster or something like that, where there is also Sumo. I believe they may be only for WordPress, sumo.com. But platforms like these, that they are fully kind of focusing on the different pop-ups and basically the different ways to ask for users' email. So yeah, that would be the solution. Unfortunately, right now we will have that inbuilt, but at this moment, while we don't, you still can use a third-party solution. I use one that is called Optinly, optinly.com. They do pop-ups and they do all sorts of things. They just give you a code. They do exit pop-ups, overlays, spin the wheel, and whatnot. So you can look into Optinly as well. I didn't buy it for Groove to work with Groove. I bought it for another platform that didn't have pop-ups, but this would work as well with everything else, because they give you a code, you paste it into your page builder or the platform that you're using, and the pop-ups will appear on when certain actions match conditions. All right, Mohammed has a question. Hi, David. May I ask, do we have a tool in Groove similar to the fulfillment, spillover, sequential URL rotator like in ClickMagick? I can most probably confidently say that we don't. We do have the link tracking and certain things that we can do with links, but none of the advanced stuff that you are just mentioning right here. Link rotators and spillover, we don't have those in Groove. So, but you can use ClickMagick with Groove to kind of have that. Do we have an email service for lifetime members under Groove to send and receive email feedbacks from customer? Send and receive email feedbacks. You want to send email feedbacks from or we have to have our own domain first to have that email function. So if you're talking about an inbox like a Gmail or Outlook or something like that, we do not provide that from Groove. Like you would be able to sign up for G Suite or Microsoft 365 or things like that to have an email inbox where you can receive emails from your customers and then reply to those emails from there. Yeah, so that's not included in Groove, and if we have that later on, that will probably be an extra service that is not going to be kind of a software package, because email sending can be pretty costly to upkeep. We need there is a lot of support needed for deliverability issues, for different server related stuff. So if we decide to do that one time, that's most probably going to be a service. Can we change the Groove settings layout like I want, not purple but blue? If you're talking about the color, like the pink color that we have in Groove, that's not available to change. That's just our brand color, and when we brand everything with this one, we will have a white label option later on that will have certain functionalities like that, but that's going to be mostly for people that want to sell access, like sell software, and not probably for your own use. Impact entrepreneurship. David, am I allowed to use a few seconds of a GrooveCM clip inside a video I'm producing for my Groove landing page? Um, we don't usually allow people to download our videos and kind of cut it up, and because issues can happen there if we allow that to be done, um, where people just kind of cut up different chunks of it and create a video that could be completely out of context and completely wrong. Like, for example, in certain cases where I mentioned a buy, in certain cases where I mentioned a Ferrari, and where I mentioned if you buy a free account, for example, if you buy a free account you will get a Ferrari, for example. Somebody can actually put that together, and we don't allow downloading of videos from kind of the Groove assets. So in certain cases, there are videos provided to you as swipes. Like if you're an affiliate email list, which you go to GrooveJV.com, and then you can sign up for the for this updates, where you get different communication about the launches and prizes and swipes and other tools. We also put in a lot of tools into our promotion tools. This is it. So you can look through the promotion tools as well, but I would not suggest cutting up our own videos, like downloading and cutting up our videos, because that's not really allowed. That's not something we want to allow people to do, for reasons I mentioned. Hello, David. My products are CBD and CBD infused. GroovePay and PayPal don't allow them. Can I use the API or webhook in GrooveSell with another payment gateway? Is there a way to link the pages in the funnels to flow through each step? I don't know if I am wording this correctly. All right, Alicia. If GroovePay and PayPal don't allow you to sell CBD products, there are platforms that allow you to do that, but those are not integrated with Groove at the GrooveSell. I mean, so if you would want to sell through GrooveSell, then you would not be able to sell CBD products. If you would like to sell CBD products, then you would not be able to sell through GrooveSell. It's just like either or. What you can do is to use the different parts of Groove, like GroovePages to build out your sites, GrooveMember to kind of bring people in and do a training on how to use the different products. You could use Groove, I don't know, Groove Webinar to create the webinars, but GrooveSell particularly would not be able to integrate with external payment gateways, not even through API or webhook, because the webhook currently we have is for fulfillment, like what happens after somebody paid. We don't allow external payment gateways to connect to our systems, and that will be only coming as the SDK is launched. The SDK will allow developers and basically these payment gateway companies to create applications for Groove, so that users can use the different payment gateways that we directly don't integrate with. So at this moment, what you could do is just use GroovePages and then use the checkout form from the payment provider that you're using. Like, I don't know, if for, let's just say that you found nmi.com is a payment gateway that does CBDs, and you want to use them, that you can actually get their checkout form and then embed it on your pages. But in that case, you would not be able to use GrooveSell, because we just don't allow that kind of connections with these external payment gateways. All right, Brian Dunn has a question. I'm one of the Groovathons 80 2021. I thought that Mike recommended putting your affiliate dashboard right into your memberships area. There does not seem to be any way to embed it. There is in GrooveMember version 2 that I can find. All right, so that's the keyword. So maybe I'm remembering wrong. Yes, so this is very important for embedding external videos, for embedding all sorts of different tools like forms and surveys and quizzes and promotion tools that you're just talking about. And we already have that. So if you go to your, I actually showed it just earlier in my in my membership that I created. This was a training that I did previously with the version 1. We also had that with version 1. As you can see, there's a title, there's a video, and there's a promotion tools that show up directly below the actual post. So this can be done the same on the GrooveMember version 2. So let me just very quickly show you. If we go to courses, if we access one of these lessons, what you could do is just delete this section and set up content section. Or if you want to do the same thing that I did, you can just do a video section. Like you have a title, some description, a video, and then you embed the promo tools below. So let's just recreate that. So I'm just going to take a video section. You put here your title. All right. Here you put in your video, and here in the text, you can just delete it. And then as the plus button shows up, you can check this third option where you paste the embed code, any kind of embed code, third-party video players, quizzes, forms, surveys, and promo tools. So when you go to GrooveSell, if you go to tools inside GrooveSell, and you have here affiliate portals and tools, you'll be able to take the promo tools from this button. So you copy the clipboard, this promotion tools widget, you go back to your GrooveMember and you paste that in here, and you press enter, and there you go, bada bim, bada boom, it shows up. So that's all you need to do. It will show a little bit differently on the published version, but you have embedded now the promo tools directly inside the lesson. You could create as many lessons as you want, or as many like sections as you want. All you need to do is just click on the plus button and embed the actual promo tools within the content of this section. That's it. That's really it. So you can embed all sorts of different stuff within your memberships. And I'm pretty much zoomed in. So when you zoom out, or you have a different layout, or when you're viewing this on live, it should show differently. But yeah, that's how it will work. All right. Mike's whole point was to make it easy. I believe you're just talking about the same thing. Lacking that, are you aware of any Groove page template design for this butterfly marketing strategy? So this is really in GrooveMember. You can do it now. I showed you. For butterfly marketing, you're talking about a a JV page. So if you would like to create a JV page like what we have here, this can be easily done. The same thing, like you can recreate our own, or there is also a JV page that you can take from the template library. I believe there's one that we created that you can use. Let me just scroll down. It was one of the earliest templates that we created. It's literally called the Groove J, or the JV template or something like that. So let me just show you. But you can just recreate all of these JV pages very, very simply. If you type into Google partner program page design or JV page design, you'll find a lot of different ones that you can kind of take. Here you go. This is a JV page, and you can take this template, become a partner. It loads in the different sections. How do they work? Affiliate contest, passive income, first place, second place, all sorts of different stuff. You can just put sections in for yourself. Yep, there's that. After they buy your main product, you send them to this butterfly marketing page to educate them about earning as an affiliate. This is literally just a JV page. All right, moving on. Bruce White, in GroovePages, is it possible to have a block replaced when someone fills in a form? That's a very, very good idea. We don't have that yet. For example, I'd like to have a block with a form that says request info, and then someone fills in the form. The form block is replaced using with a block containing a price info box. You could do that in a pop-up. Like at this moment, it's not a block that will show, but a pop-up that shows up after a successful submission. So let me just really quickly show what I mean. Maybe that you didn't basically think about that specific scenario, but you get the same outcome. So you may want to look into it. So let's just choose, for example, this. Or actually not, this one doesn't have a form. Let's just delete this. And let's just use a heading that has a form, maybe this one. And what you do with the form, you basically decide where to kind of send each and every one of these input fields. But after the form has been set up, you select the form container, and here you decide, do you want an integration, and what integration you want. Let's just say I want to send people to Zapier. But then what happens after that? Like, do you want to send them to a different thank you page, or do you want to show maybe a pop-up? So you select the pop-up and then you click update. Since I don't have any pop-ups, let's just do this very quickly. So you can create a pop-up that will show, I like to have a block with the form that says request info, and when somebody fills in the form is replaced with a block containing a price info box. All right, so let's just do that, which is here. So I'll just select the template to not need to redesign everything from scratch. Maybe just this one. Actually, I'm going to start a blank pop-up because I want to put in my own pricing section. All right, so here you can just go into your blocks and then select a pricing block from here that will show after somebody kind of fills out the form. So this is something that you could show when somebody fills the form. Let's just check another one, maybe this one. This is a bigger one. And as a background of the block, I'm just going to set up a white color. And basically we have a white pop-up that will show immediately. So let's just save this. And I'm going to go back to my page, and I'm going to set up, if somebody fills out this form, then trigger the pop-up, right? The pop-up 1. I'm just clicking the update button. It refreshes the form, but it's going to come back. And then once it's done, you can basically publish out the page. Once you published out the page, basically you will have the same functionality what you want. It's just not going to change the show the form on the same place, but it's just going to show the pop-up. So let's just see how this works. All right, so I'm just going to put in something, monthly income. I'm not sure what that means, but let's just click submit now, and it just shows this price option. There you go. So this could be done already. I'm pretty much zoomed in 150%. So this is how your users will see it. But yes, you can do some things like this. It's not directly what you asked, but it's something that you can already do. All right, Eric has another question. I deleted the email to the new Groove TV membership site. How can I get it back? I can't find the link anywhere in Groove. We don't have Groove TV yet. Oh, you mean the Groove Growth? Reach out to support, Eric. They would be able to assist, or just go into the Groove Growth link. Let me just see what the link for that one is. It's Groove Growth. The kind of the membership that we provide for everybody. And I'm going to give you a link where you can jump in real quick. Give me just one moment. I'm just getting the link. All right, so groovegrowth.groovemember.net/login. There you go. All right, so I believe I answered these questions. Let's just see what your questions are from the live stream. There's quite a few, so let's just get started. All right, first one. Hi, David. First of all, thank you for keeping us up to date. I appreciate it. My pleasure. I cannot see who you are, so if you're still watching us, I would appreciate if you head over to streamyard.com/Facebook. This would allow me to actually see your name whenever you're typing any comments, so that I can say, hey, Laura, hey, Mike, hey, John, hey, Ruby, so I can answer your questions. That is a little bit more personal. But let's just see what the question is. Hi, David. I tried to create the funnel. I clicked on funnels. It came up empty. Um, this will be changed in the future because we're separating out the funnels from the page. But let me just try to explain what may have happened. I do not know if this is the same scenario that happened, but my guess that it is. So whenever you start a new site and you start with a funnel template, all right, so the funnels have a specific place where they go to in GroovePages. So let's just start with the sales and booking funnel, right? So test funnel, all right. You click start building, it opens up GroovePages, and everybody's happy with this step, and they go in, and then it looks a bit empty, but it actually may have worked. You just need to click on the funnels tab, because the main pages where you are, this is the home page, what we opened up right now, but the funnels get imported into the funnels tab, so you may need to just look into the funnels tab to find the actual page there. What we currently do is separate out the main website pages from the funnel pages from the webinar pages. But this is changing real soon, because we're taking out the funnel tab and we're taking out the webinar tab. The webinar tab is basically the same thing as funnels, is just for the templates when you import webinars. All right. So we are taking all of these out, so you're just going to see the pages, and there won't be any more confusion like this. So yeah, just try to click on the funnels tab, and then you'll probably see the template loaded in here. So yeah, that should be the explanation to that one. All right. I have a 21-day course with 21 videos. Each day I'll send an email so the member can watch the video. How do I drip the content daily? I already created the sequence. I hope you mean an email sequence. That's great. For dripping out your content is, as I mentioned, we are changing the access level, so it's going to look a little bit different than what I'm going to show you. But what you will have, oops, that's not what I wanted. What you will have is the access level, where you're creating the access level. You can select the drip the content and send the members an email when the content becomes available, as you can see here. So what you do is you go into your courses, and in the courses you click this second option, which is the course access levels, and we'll have tooltips for every of the options on the canvas. It's just that it's still being finalized. So when you create a course access level, let's just say light users, you don't have to put in a sales page URL. This is for upgrade only. But here you can say enter drip days. Let's just say 1, and then send members an email when the content becomes available. You click send, and then you can go into to edit the actual membership, and it says drip in 1 days, and then drip 1 day, drip 1 day, drip 1 day, drip 1 day. So this will come on the day 1. This is going to come on a day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Actually, yeah, I believe that's how it works, even though it is the same module. And then the next day it's going to show this one. You can control it from here as well. So drip 2 days, and then it goes on. You see here? So actually, now that I'm looking into this one, it says module. So every module will get dripped out on a specific day. So you can create different modules. So inside your membership, module 1 will be the day 1. Module 2 will be day 2. So then you come over here, and then you set up the module to be dripped out in a day 1. Or maybe the first module they get instantly, but the second module they get in day 1. For example, this could work nicely for you. Hopefully that helps. Hi David, I can't hold my excitement since Groovathon. Can't believe I stumbled upon Groove. Lol, such a wonderful platform. I truly believe Groove is going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. To be honest, I really hope so too, because I need some JoJo in my pocket. No, honestly, I'm not really focused on multi-billion-dollar. Even with the multi-billion-dollar, I would still be probably doing these Q&As because I really enjoy what I'm doing. But what I want to see is more customer success, more people becoming, how do I say, evangelists, like going around telling about Groove. This is something that kind of makes me going. When I receive comments like these, this really makes me going. I get drive. I feed on people's drive and feed on people's excitement, and this is what makes me excited. Maybe some of our founders are driven by money, but most of the people that I know, that I work with from like day to day, are really driven by creating the best thing in the world to help as many people as possible. Because for example, the co-founder of Groove, Mike Filsame, he had a lot of struggles when he was creating some of these campaigns in his past. So to build out a funnel, previously you had to do all sorts of different things. Like you had to hire full team of developers to kind of do it for you. And this is why we are creating a tool that kind of incorporates all of this and talks to everything in between. You don't have to kind of duct tape everything together. So yeah, that makes me happy. My webinar number 1 link redirects to webinar number 2. Not sure if it's general, but that's the case for me. Okay, they may have changed the redirect because we have been pushing the webinar number 1 before. They may have just set up a redirect. I haven't checked it, but let's just do that together. All right, let's just see if this one also goes to the same page. The pages almost look identical, I believe. Just open up immediately. Where do I have my links? Here we go. Open up the webinar 2 as well. And it could be that we redirected everybody to the webinar 2, because this is the this is an A/B test of a webinar. Like we saw what was working previously, and then we kind of improved upon that in the new webinar. So yeah, I believe we redirected everybody to the new webinar, because this is an A/B test that we are running to kind of maximize the conversions on our webinar. So you can send everybody here. We'll get them upgraded for you, or we'll try at least. So there's that. I have lifetime member of Groove, and thinking getting another lifetime membership for my daughters, or is it better to wait for agency feature where they can sign in and use mine? You can do both. But with another account, what you have is another asset. So think about the Groove account as a real asset that you can have. Not only the stores on there, but the account itself will be able to be sold in the future for much more money than you have right now. I believe within the next 2-3 years, people will be begging others to kind of sell a Groove lifetime account, and that's just because I am in the lifetime deal market and I know how it works. Like there's an email platform recently that was out, and the next day, as the lifetime deal has ended, the next day I seen at least 15 people begging to buy the app for almost even a double the price. So if you are thinking about the longer term, and if you want something that will definitely grow in price, you can of course buy some stocks or NFTs or whatever that you believe in. I just don't really know how those things work, but I know that the Groove membership or a Groove lifetime membership or an offer will have a huge value in the future. So if you get another account, it's not only because your daughter may work on it. It is cool for that one as well, but you have a real asset that could make you more money by just selling the whole account later on in your life. So think about it like that. Then you have something that could work for you even better. Regarding affiliate commissions, Groove have sending my payment through PayPal. Unfortunately, at the time, my account not ready to receive international payments, so PayPal returned to Groove that time. Now my account is ready, so kindly inform the support team to redeposit once confirmed transaction. That's not something I need to do. That's something you would need to do. Please reach out to our support team and then request that for your end. I cannot request payments for you. That would just be silly. Same thing, like you cannot request payments for me. Like that's not how it works. If you had some issues, you were in communication with the support, please just reach out to support so they would be able to do that for you. Can't I just upload the list of contacts to GrooveMail and start campaigns without integrating with SendGrid? You can upload a list of contacts and you can start sending when we have a Groove SMTP. At this moment, we are still not like Groove SMTP is working. We are warming up the IPs, but you cannot still send emails without an external SMTP. That's going soon. We estimate around March, somewhere mid-March, we are going to get access to people with our Groove SMTP. Joshua has a question. Hi, David Lemon. The email embedded code shows underneath of the form after pasting the code. Oh, the code embed. Yeah, we are working on that one. If you're talking about the GroovePages, when you embed something at this moment, it shows a code embed or embedded something below. We are working on that one. You could go into the code and just tinker with it if you know what you're doing to kind of get rid of it, or just reach out to support. They could help you. At this moment, we are already fixing that bug with the dev team. Sorry, funnel template came up empty. Is there a funnel built out already? Thanks. I don't know in your account. If you have something that that we can look into, just please reach out to support so they would be able to look into your account. If there is something that didn't actually get built out, then please reach out so that we can kind of see why and what was the cause for it. The Shockley crew. When creating a membership, do we have the option to show courses they don't own or hide them? That's actually coming with this new release. We'll have an option to show with upsell, I believe, and I do not know. I saw I was on the meeting. There is 3 things that are coming, and it's going to be added inside the access level. You'll be able to kind of hide or to show with an upsell. I believe these are the 3 things that will be available. But that's coming with a new access levels release. Can we show courses they don't have based on tags? No, not at this moment. No, with tags still don't work with GrooveMember. We will have GrooveMember working with tags when the progress bars are added in. Is there a way to load a pre-landing page before my GrooveKart store? A simple full page graphic that when clicked would let the user proceed to my store. Absolutely, yeah. You could do all sorts of different things. It just depends the domain setup, how you want to have it. If you want to have a pre-landing page created in something like GroovePages, for example, and that landing page to be kind of the domain.com, kind of the root of your domain, then the store where you redirect should be on a subdomain. It cannot be kind of otherwise. So yes, you could do that. If I get let me see if I can show you a very good example. This was one of our designers created it some time ago for one of his clients, I believe, or somebody else, not sure, but he created that exact scenario with and I'm just looking into the actual looking for the link. Give me just one moment. Let me see if I can find it. I cannot find the exact link. We were talking about that yesterday. I told him that that I will be teaching that method, but I cannot find the link right now. It is, oh, I believe this is it. Let me just see. Hold on, I'll be there in a moment. I just really want to show you something real cool. I cannot. Maybe this one. Hold on. I know I'm not sharing my screen. Give me just one moment. I'm just looking for another site. Let me just see. Okay, so this one, and then when you go shop now, I believe this transfers us over to. No. Okay, it was not done yet. So, but yeah, you see, this is the exact same thing. So we have a landing page for a product that is being sold. This is a basically a funnel. This is created in GroovePages. All right, so GP component, you can see. So this is created in GroovePages. It's a really, really cool design. And it is basically going to be, or it is maybe already, but it's going to be connected with GrooveKart. So in case you're buying something on here, then it's going to be connected, and then it goes to order that product directly. So you can create all sorts of different kind of connections, but then you just need to make sure that that the URLs are in place on how you want to have it. There was another example that I wanted to show. I cannot just find it. It would have been a better example. I just cannot find the link, unfortunately. Let me see, maybe this. Yeah, I'll need to just go on to the next question. I really wanted to show you something real cool, but that's just not going to happen, unfortunately. I cannot find the link. Anyway, all right, let's just see. Let's just see the next question. All right. I know there is a drip option for membership. Is there going to be a way to remove access after a certain amount of time? Show content offer and offer day 5 and remove day 8. Yes, we are going to have a revoke access, which is going to work with different automations and different triggers. So, for example, if you want to create a limited time offer, like for example, you're doing a summit, for example, and you want to have everybody that joins for free, they will be able to see the summit play live within the membership site. But then you want to revoke this access after a certain amount of days, we'll have that option. You'll also be able to kind of drip and revoke, drip and revoke, drip and revoke as well, and all sorts of different things with taking away access. So yeah, that's coming. Did I miss the announcements of the agency plan with Groove? I thought there was some sort of webinar that was supposed to have happened this last Wednesday. No, Eduardo, that's actually happening still. You can register for it. If you head over to our Facebook group, let me just real quickly show you where to go. If you go into our Facebook group, there's going to be a pinned post you can click on. So if you go here, business webinar agencies and digital marketers, it's literally the first pinned post on the in our Facebook group. If you head over to this one, Groove2/web2 registration is going to get you to the registration page for this webinar. Just register, have a look. It's pretty awesome. We talk about the agency model and also a white labeling option that we are going to roll out. So have a look into it, and it's going to introduce you to what's coming. All right. Jerry has a question. Is it true you can't add someone to your list after they make a purchase? This is from the Groove Facebook group. At this moment, when you are using GrooveKart is not directly connected to GrooveMail yet. We don't allow importing through Zapier as well. So unfortunately, that's true. If you are using GrooveSell, that's already possible. But for GrooveKart, that's actually being worked on right now. So we'll have... GrooveMail will be exactly alike MailChimp and Klaviyo and the other ones that we have currently in GrooveKart. So you'll be able to turn it on and then send all of your contacts there. But you'll have also the options to manage things from the GrooveMail side of things. Like if somebody buys a product in GrooveKart, then do this certain action, like add them to membership or start sending them the sequence, or you'll have other options as well. Like if somebody buys a certain product in GrooveKart, then tag them this way, and then this tag will trigger a GrooveMail automation. So this is being worked on. This is not that we kind of not plan to do it. Unfortunately, at this current moment, this is true, but this is for GrooveKart only. So if you have a GrooveKart store, you can bring in the contacts for your previous purchases. You can bring in the contacts through your cart abandons, but you need to export the CSV file first. With the direct integration, this is what we are working on right now. Is there a way to give separate access to my virtual account to only specific website projects instead of giving them my username and password? That's also being worked on. I saw a demo today about that. We are very, very close to getting this ready. I'm not 100% confident that we are going to be doing that by March, but very early in March, by 10th of March, I'm pretty confident that we'll have that live already. I saw a demo of it. What the last thing that is being worked on is the invitation, or the logic for the invitation of non-users and Groove users. So when you invite somebody to become your team member, we need to decide if they are a Groove user already. Then their Groove account will be connected to your account. So when they log in, they have two options: to log in as themselves or to log in under your account. So this is kind of when you invite somebody. But for those people that don't have a Groove account yet, there is a different logic completely, and this is what is being worked on right now. We're basically finishing this up. What is going to happen when you invite a member that is not a Groove member yet is that we'll need to add them. We'll need to create a Groove account for them. We'll need to create a Groove account and then directly connect them to your account so that they are a team member under a specific role under your account. So this is a bit complex. This is being finalized right now. Within the next couple of days, we are going to be finishing this up, testing it out. And the next things are basically adding all of the permissions into the apps. So I actually have written out a bunch of these permissions, but as time passes, I'm thinking about new ones. I can just show you a list that I'm working on right now. And once these get added, this feature will get launched, and I'm very, very excited about this. So let me just real quick show you. Oops, that's not this document. All right, so we'll have management on different levels. So you'll be able to manage if your VAs will access the different account settings, like manage the GroovePages subdomain or manage the custom domains. Should they be able to delete or modify existing domains? Can they manage integrations, create, modify, or delete existing integrations? Then there are all going to be apps like master access to all blogs, for example, or master access to selected blogs. Then ability to create new blog, ability to clone, delete, ability to publish the blog, and then manage posts, and then allow publishing of the posts and things like that. It gets complex, but all of these are going to be done for the apps, like GroovePages, master access to all sites, to selected sites, ability to create, clone, delete a site, create pages, import pages, create mega menus, funnels, webinars, pop-ups, edit those things, manage SEO settings, allow publishing, allow managing of site settings. So it gets complex. I'm not going to go into all of the apps, but you understand what we are doing. We will be creating some default user roles, which means that if you have an accountant, the accountant needs to get access to the sales information, but should probably not see the account or the buyer's information per se, or all of the address and other types of fields. So it gets complex, but we'll start slowly. We'll start adding in like the permissions that are kind of general in terms of what I just showed you, like delete or create or modify, and even a view, like a read-only access for accountants, for example. And we'll create these pre-made roles, like one will be for designers for GroovePages, one will be for Groove blog content creators, and things like that. But you will be able to create your own custom ones as well. So that's all coming. That's being worked on. Right, where did I stop? It's been a year now. Still, Indian payment gateway a big question. No integration, no update. Any update on? We do so many updates on this. We have said in the Groovathon, and I mention it many times during my my Q&As. Indian payment gateways is coming. The Razor Pay is the one that we are going to integrate first. And yeah, that's coming most probably in Q2 or for GrooveSell. And also GrooveKart will have Razor Pay, but I believe that's end of Q3. On the checkout page, can you have a pay what you want option that allows the customer to decide how much they want to pay? Yes, you can. We have added that recently, not that long ago. When you go to GrooveSell and inside your product funnels, wherever you're setting up a product, you'll be able to set up the pricing. And I'm just going to move off from screen so you can see. Inside the pricing selection, you have pay your own price, and you can set up the minimum price for this. So if you set up the $25, then they will be able to set up the price of 25 or more. So let me just real quick show you how it's going to look like on a link. Oops. So if you go and have a look how it's going to look on the checkout page or checkout widget. And so this is how it's going to show. So you have the $25 immediately set up, and then you can choose the price you want to pay. And then you can allow people to put in 58, then that's the price it shows. If they type in 75, then this is what it shows. So yes, we have this. All right, let's move on to the next question. How can we get access to the template that Mike Filsame uses for his homepage? It's not in the templates funnels pages. Yes, it is. If you head over to GroovePages, which is here, he literally showed that during the Groovathon last week, so you may have missed that. It's in the single pages. If you scroll down a little bit, I believe it's in the third row or something like that. I'm going to show you exactly which template that is. Yeah, we were republishing the templates, and the order got changed. Let me see. It was here in the third row. I'll need to double check. Maybe the screenshot is just not right, but it was here. You may actually be right that it's not showing up. Let me just double check one more time. Hold on, let me see something. I will try and get it back right now. Not sure why it was taken off or why it disappeared, but I'm going to take it back. So yeah, I apologize. You were right. It is not showing, but not showing until now. I'm going to get it back. Not sure why it disappeared, but or what was the reason it was removed. I'm going to get it back or try to get it back right now for you guys. It's a pretty cool template. I was thinking to build my own personal brand page with that one as well. I mean, if everybody has it, I should have it as well. But I just didn't do it. I just have so many other things to do. So let me see. All right, I'm just going to do that as soon as we finish with this Q&A. I just don't want to do that right now. Have you waiting. So yeah, you're right, Ian. Sorry about that. We'll get it back as soon as the live has been finished. Can you please can you demonstrate the email pop-up using embed code? I try using it, and after pasting the code on it, I actually confirmed that, Joshua. You're correct. We are fixing that already. Hi, David. Is there going to be any other sourcing app for GrooveKart in the future, like you had Dropified? Of course, yeah. We are integrating a bunch more this year. We'll be having print-on-demand fulfillment, like icon ecom print. T-Launch and Icon Ecom are the first two that I know of. Let me just read you the list. I'm not going to share my screen. I'm just going to read off the list that we kind of agreed with the devs. So Printify is coming. Um, we'll have Lulu integration. Lulu is for fulfillment of books, magazines, and things like that. Um, let's see what else. All right. We'll have Shine On. Shine On is coming. We have CJ dropshipping. That's in Q4. CJ dropshipping, but we will be working on a lot of other sales channels. So sales channels like Etsy sales channel, TikTok sales channel. What else? Um, we have. I'm zoomed in a lot. I cannot read it. Hold on. All right. Yeah, Microsoft Feed and Bing Shopping, and what else? Yeah, I believe these are the ones that we 100% plan to do. But there will be many more channels and integrations in the future. What we will be doing is SDK. SDK is also one of the top priorities for our devs in Q2, which means that we'll do everything from our end to have the SDK developed so that we can have a marketplace of apps and have these types of integrations come to us so that we don't have to directly go to them. But we already have an API as well. So if you want to integrate something, like for example, you can go to CJ Dropshipping, take the API and ask them to integrate so that you can actually sell through GrooveKart from that platform. They would be able to push products, update order status, or all sorts of different communication between the two platforms with our API. You could also get help from a developer, maybe on Fiverr or Upwork, to help you create these integrations. But any platform out there that does dropshipping will probably have some sort of API connection. You can already integrate that. If it's not by us directly, you can do that for yourself. All right, let's just move on. If you remove the funnels tab and webinar tab, are we still able to organize them into different folders? So yes, but it's a different concept. We'll have brand projects, which will mean that when you go when you log into your dashboard, you will see your domains like Mike uses this a lot, tinylittleshoes.com, or I don't know, bestbreadsticks.com, for example. These are two different brands. They will have two different assets. One will have a website and a funnel and a blog. Okay, this is maybe one asset, three assets for this one domain. One will have a GrooveKart store and a membership, for example. So these are brand projects. When you go into one of these projects that had a funnel and a website, when you click on the website, you'll see all of the pages that are related for the website. When you click on the funnel, you'll see the funnel folders, pages, all of them lined up nicely. So you'll be able to still kind of categorize them, but it's not going to be in a folder like what you have right now. It's going to be more of a proper funnel, like a main page, upsell page, downsell page, upsell to page, thank you page, JV page, all of the things that go into one funnel directly. Is there a way to load a pre-landing? I actually explained that. So yes, there is. I'm here. I see new chair. You upgraded, David. Actually, this chair I have for quite some time now. It's almost a year and a half maybe. So it's not that new, but I did upgrade with a lot of different stuff. Like I'm in a new office. You probably hear a little bit of echo, so I can move back completely. Previously, I was tied to a very little space, but now I can really move back and kind of be hands off. I can stand up. I can move around. I'll probably do a tour of my studio one day. I have new lights, I have new mic stand, I have all sorts of different things that are cool. I plan to do the Groove courses with this new technology that I purchased. So yeah, I upgraded. Gonzalo, Groove will have the Facebook API connection. Gonzalo, we already have the Groove Facebook API connection, conversion API connection. Let me just show you where to find that. So in case you are in GrooveSell, all right, so you go into GrooveSell to kind of sell your products, go into settings, and here you turn on Facebook conversion pixels. You add the pixels. So there is a guide from Facebook on how to do that. Basically just read through. You can also watch a YouTube video that will guide you through to getting your conversion pixel ID and the access token. And once you save that, you click the save button. All right. So once you have that, inside your product funnels, over here, inside the funnel section, you can turn on the enable conversion, Facebook conversion API, and then you select your pixel, and that's basically it. So each price point that you're selling can have its own. You see, you can turn it on for all of your price points, and every product can have this. So you can track specifically if somebody buys. You will not be losing the kind of the tracking and the numbers. All right. Hi, David. Just wanted to publicly give a big thanks to Angelo from support team. In just 10 minutes, he was able to solve on the chat a couple of issues I had on my pages. Perfect. Let me just screenshot this one for him. Actually, here we go. All right. I'm all the time in contact with Angelo. He's a great guy. Perfect. Thank you very much, Carol. I believe that means a lot. Whenever we have some praise for our support team, they are the back-end workers that you don't really see a lot, and they help out. I believe from the statistic, we help out around 800 or so customers per month, which is a pretty big deal. He says, "Aw," with the heart at the end. All right, Robert Nelson, are you able to use different email sender other than what you use in Groove integration area? To use a different email sender other than what used in the Groove integration area. Not sure what the Groove integration area is, but I'm just going to very quickly explain that yes, you can use as many email senders as you want. Let me just exit out from here and go to GrooveMail. When you go to GrooveMail, you can set up senders. You can set up as many senders as you want. You can already see you have a kind of a how many to show. When you click new sender, you can decide, for example, one of your senders will be from SendGrid, and another one will be for Mailgun, another one will be from SparkPost, and maybe 3 that you have from Amazon SES. All right, so you can kind of create as many as you want and rotate them. So for example, one of your forms will receive submissions for your client, let's say, and your client's SendGrid account can be integrated together with this form in order to send out replies with it. What you do here is, for example, when you decide a double opt-in, for example, you can select a sender, and the sender will be the one that you have set up previously, or you can set up another one from here. So whenever you're sending any emails, you have on each and every one of those places to select the sender, to select a different sender, even if you want. When you're setting up a sequence, the same thing applies. I'm just going to open an existing one. All right. So you're setting up an email to be sent. Each and every separate email you can send from a different sender if you want. All right. So yeah, every email, wherever you go, you can create as many senders, send out from as many kind of senders as you want. Hopefully that explains that. Question: does Groove say changes I make to GroovePages regarding font type, colors, etc. when I return to GroovePages files, what I save has defaulted to parent defaults? So parent defaults means that it's a kind of a global thing. When you want to set up a page, every page to have this font, for example, and you can do that. You can do site settings for your fonts. You can do page settings for your fonts. When you set it up as page default, it's going to remember those settings that you do on where is my GroovePages? All right, here. Let me just explain this one real quick to you. So if something is on page default, parent default, I believe, that means that it's taking the changes that are happening on the page settings level. So on the page settings, you have a font drop down. So in case you decide, all right, I want cabin to be my font on this page. All right. So anything that you put in, like let's just say I want to put in a piece of text. The piece of text is going to be in this font that I set up because it is taking the parent's default settings. If I change this page's font to be a different one, if I change this one to be Lato, it's going to change on here. All right. Similar thing for site settings. When you go to site settings, you can set up a font for your whole site. Like all pages should have this font. So then again, if you have the actual setup of the font in here as parent default, it's going to take those kind of higher level settings in effect. You can, however, override that in certain places where you want. You can just set up everything else on my page should have that font, but this part I want this font. So this is where the parent default and the other ones come in play. Right. David, I think I may have missed your answer to the question posted. Just joined. Am I allowed to use some snippets of GrooveCM videos I'm creating on my landing page? Yes, I answered that one earlier. My answer is I would not recommend taking out or downloading any of our videos and cutting them out. We don't allow this for many reasons, mostly because they can be put together without context. Like, for example, if I said something like, yes, you can buy a free account, and if I said you get a free Ferrari, you can connect that together, or maybe not you, but people can connect that together, and then there's a thing that is out of context where I actually said, yes, you can buy a free account and you will get a Ferrari, and we don't want that. So for this is only one reason. There are many reasons we don't allow kind of downloading our videos. But you could maybe do a screen recording of a part or something like that. I would try and not use those, but if you really need to, try and screen record a YouTube video or try to screen record something, but don't download any of our videos. Like it's still kind of it's hard to say yes or no, because some people want to use it for good, some people want to use it for bad, but we just never know who is who. So that please use it for good. Then you can use parts of it like screen recorded. Don't cut it together and don't try to act as this is us. And if you're a good person, you will understand. Awesome. I appreciate you and the entire Groove team. Have an amazing weekend. Thank you very much. The Shockley crew. Vincent. Hi, David. I wanted to build a funnel. I clicked on the template. I didn't come up. What should I do? Looking for a ready-made template for funnels. Thank you. Vincent, I actually think I answered that one. Maybe it was not for you specifically, but I actually answered that question earlier. It could have been you as well. But when you click on import a template for a funnel, just go and click on the funnel button inside the sidebar. That's going to show you the pages. Hi, David. When testing the double opt-in form in GrooveMail, it appears the contact is subscribed to the list straight away, even before the confirming the link in the double opt-in in the email. Is this right? As I thought the idea of double opt-in was to confirm first before they are subscribed. I'll need to double check that. We had this situation before. This was fixed. If this is still happening, I'll need to double check. So yeah, for sure I will do that, because double opt-in is, as you say, it needs to be confirmed to be put on somebody's list. Membership version 1 has a better looking template than V2. Can we have the template out for V2? Yes, that's being worked on after the major features are done. We need the progress bar to be added, and after that we can develop templates. I understand a little how to use Google Merchant Feed and sitemaps inside GrooveKart. Can you show and explain this area to us? Google Merchant Feed is basically a list of all your products that you can upload when doing Google Ads. And then Google Ads will create a shopping ads for when people are searching for I don't know, you're selling shoes, then you say skater shoes, your products will show up immediately. And then the product merchant feed, or the Google Merchant Feed file that you generate from GrooveKart is the link of GrooveKart and Google, so Google knows how many products you have and things like that. So that's the Google Merchant Feed. You can really simply create it by just going into GrooveKart settings. Oops, sorry. You go to, hopefully I have one opened right here. I don't. So let's just go into GrooveKart. It's literally like import your products into Google Ads. That's basically the product feed. You go to settings, and then you say pixel feeds embed codes, and you create this product feed. I believe it's an XML file. So if you go to Google Merchant Feed, you enable Google Shopping, you turn on and turn off these as you want, and you can click the generate feed. This is the XML file, the URL. It's looking okay. I didn't generate it. Let's just quickly generate it. All right. So it takes a couple of it takes some time for the feed to be generated, but then once it's done, you'll be able to come back and see if it has been done or not. This is how it looks like. So it basically says, okay, here is this product. It is in this category. It is in this. This is the price. This is I don't know, a standard shipping, and there's another product. This guy likes to groove backpack. This is the link. This is the product image. This is the condition. This is the product type. This is the category, this is the brand, and things like that. So this is basically the feed. It's communicating to Google what products you have on your site, and then when you're selling, it's going to use this feed to create the ads for you. Same thing for Facebook product feed, literally the same thing. It's just selling the products with Facebook ads. So that's the Google feed. If you need more information, just find a good YouTube tutorial. I don't teach Google ads and Facebook ads, but just typing Google feed and Google shopping, or Google shopping ads, or Google or Facebook shopping ads, they're going to teach you how to properly use these feeds. But with Shopify, for example, you have to use an app to create these feeds separately. And I believe the one that I was using when I was still at Shopify, I believe that was $29 a month, which basically it is like silly. It creates a link and you copy paste it over to Google and Facebook. So it's all built in with Groove. The next thing you asked about is sitemaps. So for now, I don't think you can create sitemaps with GrooveKart. That's going to be coming. We have a bunch of SEO functionalities that we want to have, but let me just real quick see if the sitemaps is maybe an app or something that I may have missed. I don't think so. And let me just see if we have. I'm just typing in site sitemaps.xml. Yeah, we don't have sitemaps in GrooveKart, and that kind of proves it. But we will have that. We will be adding in a bunch of SEO features, like what we did with GroovePages. All right, moving on. How can I be given the opportunity to upgrade on the 25th? That's when I would be able to upgrade. I don't want to miss out on Groove. Unfortunately, the upgrade opportunity ends on 23rd, and that's a real hard coded date. Upgrading later on won't be possible. If you have a credit card, or you know somebody that has a credit card or something like that, where you actually make a charge and then you pay it off later on, that's how you would be able to do it. But unfortunately, it's a real hard date on 23rd. The lifetime offer never will happen again. So unfortunately, there's no way to do that on the 25th. Is there an ETA on fixing mega menus? I'll need to double check, but yes, it should be close to done. Is there a way to profit share where half of charge goes through partners A processor and the other half of the charge goes through my processor? You cannot split one payment to two processors. You can split two payments, to one go with this processor, to the other one to go to that processor. Okay, so it's not splitting like you will do for one purchase. You will do two transactions, because that's how you want to set it up. What you can do is set up the two payment gateways in GrooveSell, and you can have you can set it up so that that 50% of the time show this one, 50% of the time show that one. That you could do. That's basically a very simple setup within the GrooveSell payment gateways. How can we create a social network like plugin BuddyPress for WordPress? Just use BuddyPress or WordPress. We don't want to have a social network. We will have a Facebook group type of thing where you can create your community. That's a future plan for GrooveMember. It's not going to be as big as Facebook groups. It's not going to be as big as Circle.so platform, but it will have the basic functionalities of communication between the users. On GrooveKart Q&A, someone on your team said Lulu Boo. Not sure what Lulu Boo means, but Lulu is a platform for fulfilling magazines, books, and things like that, which is pretty cool. So we'll have that. I just hopped on here. Have you mentioned anything about Printify integrating with Printify integrating with GrooveKart? Sorry if I missed this. Yes, Printify is scheduled for Q2 of this year for GrooveKart. So yes, we'll have that. In the Groovathon, you guys show the way you add the products into Groove is changing. When is that coming out? The way you add the products into Groove is changing. I want to see how you change the variants. We'll be able to bulk change the price. Okay, so that was just a mock-up. It did not show all of the functionalities. At this moment, you can do all sorts of different changes. Not sure if you're asking about this because it's not available or why, but everything that you can do now with the basic product setup in GrooveKart is going to be available later on. It's just going to be a different UI for the product setup. Is Lulu Press going to be integrated? Yes, someone in your team said Lulu is coming, but I contacted them and they said they had no plans to integrate with Groove. That's a different thing. When you have two companies, it depends who will do the integration. They don't, like, let's just say this is Lulu. They do not have to know that we want to integrate with them. If this is GrooveKart and somebody comes to us and then say, hey, I want to integrate with you, just go ahead. But we don't have to participate in that transaction. The integration is literally, you have something that you want to send to their app and their app will handle the rest. They don't need to know that we integrate. If you go and contact them and say, hey, is GrooveKart coming to integrate with you? They will probably not know about that because they don't need to know. It's an integration that That does not, it does not require the two different parties to work together. In certain cases it does. In certain cases it does, in case the API is not public. But Lulu has a public API, which means their code is publicly available. So you can go out there, and if you have your software, you can just integrate with them. This is what we will do. We'll take their public API and integrate it into GrooveKart, and we'll basically send orders to Lulu, and then you'll manage the orders from there. So yeah, if they don't know about that, because they don't need to know about that. Cheyenne, I don't think you trust us that much when we say we are going to integrate it. Just like, we will integrate it. Don't worry. You don't have to kind of go and ask around. Like, if we said multiple times, we will. Eduardo, how do you guys get the questions from the Groove members on screen or for Q&As like the one we are on now? Do you use a software for this, or are you guys just copy pasting? I like this for me. I use a platform currently which is called StreamYard. Like, at this moment, I am streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and StreamYard has collected all of the comments from all three platforms. Whenever I click on somebody's comment, it just shows up on screen, and this is mostly in all streaming apps like Restream or StreamYard or BeLive or any of the other ones. But this is something that GrooveStream will do as well. So if you have a Groove account, a paid Groove account, you will have access to GrooveStream as it comes out, and this will be one of the functionalities that it will do. What can we tell people about why they should upgrade from a free account? Like all of the things I talked about just right now is one of those reasons. Have a look at the Groovathon. We mentioned many of those reasons. Like, lifetime access is going away. They should upgrade now. Just for that alone is worth the upgrade. But that's not all. Like, you pay once, you don't have to make another payment for a software for your business is a pretty cool thing, but that does not turn everybody into a buyer immediately. Some of the things like free training kind of motivates people. Free training, you join now on a lifetime, you don't have to pay for the software, and you will have free training forever. Like I'm doing right now, I'm just doing a Q&A. This is the 7th this year, and actually it was being calculated last time, not including the last 3 or 4. I have answered more than 44 or 40,000 questions live in this type of scenario. So this is another point, but the software itself is really good. Like GrooveSell has a lot of different ways to upsell and downsell and do order bumps and just maximize one user coming to your business, how much money you can get out of that person. A lot of platforms would make you pay more to have the features that we just added in automatically. If you want to do something on Shopify that the GrooveKart does currently, you will probably need to spend around $200 only for the apps to have the functionalities built in. Not even 200, most probably 400 or more if you want to kind of have a page builder, upsell options, if you want to have or maybe even order bumps, and if you want to have bundles, if you want to have quantity discounts, if you want to have that spinning wheel thingy for the opt-ins, if you want to have proof pop-ups, if you want to have all sorts of apps and integrations that we already have, all those would cost you a lot of money, but that's all built into Groove, and this is just one of the apps. So yeah, that's basically it. There is a lot of questions and comments inside the group that are basically testimonials. Have a look through those. People tell their own reasons why they upgraded. Most of them are telling that, most of them are saying that the offer itself is a no-brainer, even though they may not be using it right now because they have something that works for them currently. But the option to have it right now and kind of switch to it later on when you kind of think it is more stable or whatever, is just enough for some people to upgrade. But the money making opportunities, affiliate promotions, the marketplace we already have, and the other things is just a no-brainer in my opinion. Hi, thank you for all the details. What are you using for this live to be on the screen in front of the presentation? I use OBS. So OBS is a free platform. OBS. Oops, that's not that OBS. OBS Studio. It's a free platform you can download, and I set up a couple of different scenes where I can switch to different scenes like this one, like this one, like this one, like this one, and full screen. So this can all be set up within this platform. Another thing I'm using is a green screen. When I'm kind of moving my head, you can see that it's not really not fluid, but I'm using a green screen, and this platform, this OBS platform, automatically handles the kind of, it deletes everything that is green. So if I bring in a something that is green, a green pen or a green T-shirt, I would be transparent as well. So it handles all that, and it allows me to kind of show it as a camera, or show my camera with my screen in the back like this. There's a tutorial that I used for this one. It's a pretty simple tutorial, which is OBS green screen tutorial. I don't know how to type tutorial, but you can watch any of these tutorials. I will show you exactly which one I watched. It was on YouTube. It was from Tim Verdau, OBS green screen tutorial. This one. Tim is a Groovester as well. He is visible on the affiliate JV page. Here we go. So he is a Groovester, and I learned from him how to do this because he does this very often. He uses same technology. I just went step by step and learned how he does it. So he basically shows what he did. Look at this. So he basically shows that you have a green screen, then you go into this chroma key filter, and it kind of deletes out the green screen. So it's basically bam. That's all. So it's a pretty cool, simple process that you can follow with Open Broadcaster Studio. Here, it's a free tool. All right. Victor. Hi, David. I'm sure you mentioned this before, but I can't remember where. I can get my MX records to connect my domain to GrooveMail. My host says it should be on Groove since I point DNS there. Yes. So when you're managing your MX records, you need to do that within Groove if your domain is in Groove. So let me just show you where to do that. If your domain is in Groove, you go to My Accounts, Domains, and then you will see your domain over here. All right. So if your domain is contentwarrior.com, for example, then you go into the domain which says Content Warrior, and then you go to DNS. Here, you will just need to add a record, which is an MX record, and you just put in what your platform that you want to connect is adding or saying to add. And once you're done, you just click save. So this is how you add in MX record into your Groove DNS settings. So one more time, if you click on the avatar on the top of right hand side, My Account, Domains, Custom Domains, and Manage, then you go find the actual domain, click the DNS button, and then it's going to allow you to manage your DNS records for that specific domain. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Thanks, David. I just got on. I appreciate the hard work you're doing. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much, Vincent. My pleasure. Have a great weekend. You as well. How do we swap out an existing video inside a pre-made single page template? How do we swap out an existing video inside a pre-made single page template, upsell course template? So some of the templates were done before, and we are in the process of updating them. And before, we were using a YouTube element. We had a separate element for YouTube, separate for Vimeo, separate for Vistia, and things like that. Now that we have merged all of those together, you may need to just replace the actual element with a video element. So let's just find one like modern long form sales letter, for example. All right, and we're actually in the process of doing that right now. Like every week we do approximately 10 pages of updating the buttons, updating the different new functionalities that we have. All right, so this has been already updated because you see it has a video all element. So let's just find a template that has not been updated yet. It may be probably one of those lower down the page. So let's just scroll down and see. Okie dokie. Let's just see. You mentioned upsell course template. Upsell course template. All right. It could be the YouTube. Yeah, video YouTube. So you see, this was an element that we are in the process of replacing right now. So what you would do is just delete this one and go into your elements and just drag out on the canvas a new video player element. This is the same thing. It's just in the previous version we only had a separate element for YouTube, we had a separate element for Vimeo, we had a separate element for Vistia, but now we merged all of these. So when you go to configure, we have all of these options in the drop down. It's not every single one of these will have a separate element, but it is going to be one element with all of the options on here. So if you want to just make it look the same as it was before, you just resize it to a smaller size, and there you go. So now you can just configure it as however you want, and it's going to be a video all element. But as I said, we are in the process of updating all of this stuff. Like the buttons are getting an update, the videos are getting an update, some of the text and the images are getting an update, and things like that. So that's what our designers are working on currently. Okie dokie, let's move on to the next question. Will GrooveKart be able to do inventory control for one-of-a-kind items or a group of similar products but with limited supply? We already have inventory control. I will just show you what I mean, and then I'm going to reread your question just so that I understand it properly. And where is my GrooveKart store? All right. So whenever you go into your GrooveKart store, you go into settings and store information. The inventory management is not turned on automatically for everybody. So here it's called stock management. All right. You need to turn it on. And then once you click save, it's going to be allowing you to manage the stock of different products. When you go into my products, now you'll see another column which shows how many products you have. For example, it will show the quantity. So this quantity is something that now you can manage. You can set up each and every one of the variants of the product, how many of those you have available, or if you are selling for example, a painting that you painted yourself, that is a one-off product. So if that gets sold, there's no other ones like these that you can sell. So it's allowing you to manage the quantity. You just need to turn it on. Settings, store information, and then stock management, you need to turn this on, basically toggle it on. It's off by default because not everybody needs it, but it is here if you need it. There is also some other options like allow ordering of out of stock products. Like if it is out of stock, you should not allow ordering in certain cases. In certain cases, when you want to kind of pre-sell, then you can allow order out of stock products. Receive a notification if the available quantity of the product is below the following threshold. So you can set up, if you are selling a product and you have only 5 left of them, or you have 3 left of them, then you can set a number of here. If it reaches this amount, please notify me. So once you did that, make sure you click the save button. That needs to be done to kind of update your preferences, but this should let you manage your one-of-a-kind products. Let me just reread the question if I understood it correctly and if I answered it properly. Will GrooveKart be able to do inventory control for one-of-a-kind items or a group of similar products but with limited supply? I believe I answered that question. So Groove will integrate with Lulu, or does it already? It will integrate with Lulu. This is in Q2. Q2 is the Lulu integration. So the second quarter, which means April and onwards. Do you know if Lulu works in Europe? I'm not sure, but I mean, Google knows, so that's what everybody should do. Lulu Europe. This is Lululemon. Here we go. Lulu is here. So maybe if we go to their about us, contact support, maybe they have some help. Pricing, ordering, knowledge base. Let's just see global distribution. It really takes a Google search. Let's have a look. All right. Is there any kind of mention of... I believe they do global distribution, because they wouldn't call it global if they are not global. So please look into it more if you are looking for a specific country or something like that, but they should do global distribution as per what they are showing on their site. I read somewhere that Mike Wilson will be doing a webinar on agency. Did I miss it, or it not yet taken place? It has been done. We are doing an encore again today. So head over to the to the Facebook group. All right. Inside the Facebook group, the first thing that you see here is the actual webinar about the agency. So make sure you click on the link above the image here, register, and then enjoy. Okie dokie. Let's just see. We have 10 more minutes to go. I'm going to just do a couple of quick answers because I want to be done at the 2-hour mark of this video. So let's see. Victor, you approve address only. GrooveMail is not an inbox. Hope that helps. Perfect. Thank you very much. Then they say, then they should say they don't know. Instead of saying no, asking question is standard expectation when you purchase a product. Asking questions from us, if we will integrate, that's of course, yeah, but they will not know if we will integrate. That's just how integrations work. It's not a two-sided job. All right. Lifetime member here. I have a question about memberships. Will we be able to create communities like Mighty Networks that allow members to have profile, private chats, etc.? Yes, we are planning to have a community community feature built into GrooveMember later down the line. I believe this is in late Q3. The Vimeo videos don't seem to size as easily for mobile devices when using them in the membership area. It's not as mobile friendly using Vimeo videos in the membership area. Please reach out to support. I will need to double check that one, why that is happening. You may also need to turn on the responsive option within Vimeo if they have something like that. I know that most video players have, like, you can do a responsive video or fixed with video player. Try to see if that's something that you can do from there. That's right, forgot about that in the account settings. Thanks, no problem. That totally answered my question. Much appreciated. My pleasure, Paul. My pleasure. Thank you so much, David. Someone should update the folk up on the feedback page. Awesome. Not sure what kind of feedback page. I'll have a look into it. Can I launch a quick one-page sales page with an order form without going through so many steps of needing to create a funnel and the product and sales page, etc.? Seems like too much hassle. David, we are going to make it simpler later on to simplify the product setup, because not everybody needs an affiliate, not everybody needs an upsell, not everybody needs all of that stuff. But at this moment, the product setup from GrooveSell requires you to go, or at least just click next from different steps. What you really need is the default, or the product details, like the name, description, the pricing. You need to have the payment gateways and the content. And then the next thing you need is the different checkout options. Like, do you want to show a legal check mark to be ticked, or do you want custom fields, or do you want a one-click upsell, or just a normal product purchase? And then the next thing that you need is a funnel, basically, if you want to send people to a thank you page or a post transaction page. So these are the couple things that you necessarily need, but there's many more things within the setup process that you can just click through if you don't need those. If you already been through it once, if you read through all of the options that are available, you probably can get what you need and what you don't need. So the second product will be much simpler to set up already. So yeah, we are working on that one. We'll take out all of those steps that are not necessary to set up a product, but at this moment, as I mentioned, we require you to kind of go and click next through the whole system. Will Grooveblog receive more updates in the future? Yes, absolutely. Hi, David. Thank you for the job you're doing that help us a lot. I hope that you and your family are having a happy weekend. Thank you very much, Eduardo. I hope we are going to have a happy weekend as well. There's nothing fancy going on. Yeah, I just really want to spend some time with my family during this launch. I spent less and less time. So yeah, that's waiting for me. But thank you very much. I hope you're doing well as well. Chris, love the news about Groove Community coming out in Q3. That's a game changer for my ideal clients. Absolutely. Thanks, David. Will we be able to create forms with the membership feature? You can already create forms and just add them into the membership. So not sure what you mean, but just create the form with Groove Mail and just add it into the membership. In GroovePages Builder, how can I clone a list of icon plus topics so to create a second column after the first column has been already styled? You just need to select the container they are in. I will try and demonstrate that real quick. So let's see if we have some. All right, so let's see. You see that this is one list icon element. If I move this, it moves the whole icon and then the text. So this is literally one element. All right, but if I move one up, this is a container that holds multiple of the same elements. So I can move all of these at the same time. So now what we can do is, if we have some sort of resources like these, let me just move down the page where it's not coming on top like this. Here we go. So you have an icon, you have this one, and you have this one. So if you want to kind of select all of these, you just select the container that is keeping all of them at the same time, and then you can duplicate it. All right, so you can duplicate it, and then you can play with it around. So for example, you can also manually recreate that if you select a container, and if you put in an icon list item in that container. All right, let me just put in white color for the text. Hold on. Well, let me just quickly save. I would need to start a new page because I messed this up pretty much, but let's just see here. All right, if I come and set it up as white and also the icon as white, let's just say that I styled this as I wanted to show. Now I can select this element, which is a list icon element. It will select both the icon and the text, and I can clone it multiple times. But if I want to move all of this together, I can clone the container. So I moved from here, from selecting one element to this icon showing upwards, and then this moves to a parent, which is a container holding all of these at the same time. So I can clone this and I can move it here, for example. Oops, that was not correct. But it's basically the functionality that does this. Okay, it is showing the drag handle at the same place as the container, so this is why it's not moving it. But basically, this is how you would be able to do things like that. Yeah, you just select the right element that you want to move. Let's see. I logged in the webinar, but I got disconnected for the agency webinar. Can I see the replay somewhere, please? Yes, there will be a replay sent out as soon as it is done. We created an educational problem to promote Groove. When they join, they are sent a welcome email directly from Groove link with a with a link join Groove, we are unable to see them in our affiliate dashboard. Sergio, reach out to our support team. They will need to look into it, why this is not showing up, but it may be that you are using the different link. We have a couple of different links in your affiliate links section. Let me show you here. Give me just a moment. Support will be able to assist you with this one. They can look into exactly what happened, but I can just kind of estimate. The funnel that you need to promote, or the link that you need to promote, is Groove.cm or any of these kind of webinar links. There is inside Groove Affiliate another link that some people have promoted, and this is from our previous funnel. So there is a funnel called Groove, and there is also a funnel called Groove.cm. This is the Groove.cm is the funnel that we are kind of running with right now. This is the funnel that we are selling. Come on, how to unselect? Okay, so the difference between Groove is that this is our older funnel, and then the Groove.cm is our new funnel that we specifically created for this launch. So even if you have some of your impressions or signups or something on this previous funnel, it basically you will get paid the same as before. You may just need to look into the numbers for the specific funnel that you promoted. So go into Groove Affiliate, click on Groove Affiliate, and then click promos, and then you'll see exactly what funnel you have, links, link clicks, signups, sales, and things like that. All right, let's just answer a couple more. We are at the 2-hour mark, and I believe this is the last 2 comments that I have. Hey everyone, and great week, David. Happy weekend. Thank you very much to you and the Little Lemons. Thank you. David, is the agency option paid upgrade, or is it part of the platinum lifetime deal? The platinum members will have access to the agency as well, but there is an extra level up, which is called a white label. That's going to be kind of an external thing. It's not going to be a part of the lifetime. It's going to be for those that are kind of selected agency people that want to kind of create Groove as their own platform. When I send them the link, it works. What I mean is that the Groove sends a link directly from Groove, and they are able to join Groove through that. I'm not quite sure I understand, but as I mentioned, there are a couple of different funnels that we are promoting. You may have gotten the other funnels link, but it's still calculating towards the same goal. Please just reach out to the support so they can look into it a little bit better. All right, so this has been 2 hours of me answering questions for this week. Hopefully I managed to get your questions all answered. If I missed some, I apologize. They just didn't show up. In certain cases, YouTube doesn't show all of the questions, so blame it on YouTube, not on David Lemon. All right, that has been it. We are doing another 3 Q&A sessions on next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you would like to learn in this type of environment, if you have any questions or you're interested in something that is happening, please join our Q&A, and I'll be able to answer your questions on here live. Until then, I wish you a pleasant rest of the week and the weekend. If you haven't upgraded yet, definitely upgrade. And if you haven't promoted yet, just take your link, share it out with your friends. You may be surprised they sign up and this is exactly what you need. So help them out. If you haven't done that yet, now's really the chance to do it, because we're ending this lifetime option, and there's no better time to do it. So I'm going to close out this Q&A with a video from you guys, basically, where I want to kind of show you, if you are on the fence, that Groove is a really good decision. So hopefully you watch this through, and if you're interested, join us next week on our next Q&As on Monday. See you guys. Bye for now.
If you are still playing around with the free access to Groove and haven't yet upgraded and locked in your lifetime plan, today is the day to do it. Right now, this moment,
I would absolutely buy it. Without a doubt, hands down.
It's tailored for whatever it is you want to do. and it's got all the tools to make it happen.
If you're going to be selling products or services online, you need to have the tool that can bring that all together for you.
If you want a good quality platform that is integrated, that all the pieces fit together, and you've got the ongoing support, you've got the ongoing community, you've got the ongoing upgrades, etc., included for free, well, I think it's a no-brainer to make the decision to upgrade straight away.
Because when Mike says, this is it, we're closing this window, we're closing the door, and we're caulking right around the edges, it's over with.
It's just so incredibly perfect for an online business.
There is nothing out there on the market that gives you this many things for a lifetime deal that will save you thousands of dollars.
Before Groove, our monthly bill for all of our softwares was $29,000. For us, it was a business decision. I get the lifetime because you will save so much money.
I'm a numbers person. I'm an accountant, right? So that with Groove was a no-brainer for me.
You know, the Groove pays for itself very, very quickly.
Not to mention tap into the affiliate deals and make money off of things that other people have created. OMG, you can sell a few of these and it will pay for your entire lifetime membership and never have to pay for monthly software again.
You can get Groove completely paid for in 5 or 6 days if you work it. Honest to God, look, I went to 5. I went to 10,000. I'm over 50,000.
You can't go wrong. I mean, you only have to sell like 3 Groove platinum packages right now to get your money back. You can do that in your sleep.
Let's say 7 years from now, you're making a fortune, and you've been making a fortune. Multiply 7 times 36. Oh man, it's a couple $100,000.
Definitely grab it now. You're not going to see anything. This is as good or better in pretty much every way than the guys charging $300 a month for similar stuff that doesn't do as much.
Why would I go and spend all these other places and then have to learn how to connect them all?
I know some people are sitting there, should I do it? Could I do it?
This is a place where I think you have to sort of listen around and trust some people that have been there. And Mike Filsame, Matt Seralta, John Cornetta, these guys have been there in the online business. And so for any purchase, it's a leap of faith, right? But in my opinion, you should make that leap because this is going to be your tool that's going to enable you in a much faster fashion to get your online business up and running and moving than anything else you could sort of cobble together out there.
I promise you this will be your best purchase of all time.
And it would be one of those times that you need that light bulb moment. Then here it is. It's lit and you need to move over because if you want the best value, you want the best software, you want the best of everything in one place, Groove is it for you.
So don't hesitate. Do what you got to do to get in at this insanely low price.
That's an invitation to build the ideal life, build the business, build whatever it is that you want to build so that you can really live an extraordinary life.
It's free to join, right? It's free to join. The lifetime's going away. To me, it's like, why wouldn't you do it? Because if you wait, it's going to be a monthly fee and you're going to spend over $2,000 more next year.
You're going to be kicking yourself when it's gone. It's just a straight up math, right? I mean, it's $300 a month or it's $2,000 one time and you're done.
Are you going to be that person that's going to look back and say, hey, I could have gotten in on Groove on lifetime offer and I didn't? Oh my God, why did I let that go?
Why?
It's too good of an offer to pass up.
I knew that this software is something special. And if I then don't take up on this offer, I'm going to regret it. Because this is going to be the most powerful software on the planet. And whatever happens, I'll move forward with it.